Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. Um, I was wrong, y'all. So I gotta give King Kendrick an apology. I'm sorry, Candyman. I was talking about this album was mid dirt.
Yeah, this is mid. It's mid, man. It's mid. I hate to say it.
It was one of the worst performances I've seen in my life. I couldn't sleep last night because I felt this shit.
Now there are one or two songs that I would probably bypass. Crown being one of them, but I'll get to that later in the track by track session. But as far as this album as a whole, did I get what I wanted? I know on the last bonus pod I did, maybe two bonus pods ago, I said that I wanted to be selfish with this album. I don't want an accessible album. I don't want something that, where you got to spoon feed me, you know what I'm saying? I said I want that Kendrick Bible, and I want to flip it to Kendrick 316. I don't know, and figure out what this means. What does he mean by that? Why did he put uh Kodak on the album? Was it a secret meaning? All that stuff like that. So, we're getting a lot of conversation from this album. This is not something you just gonna listen to and put down. You gotta listen to this multiple times, and the replay value is already. If I'm grading on a 1 to 5, it's 5 out of 5. The replay value is already there. Um, After that initial stream that I did, I went back and listened to it. United of Grief was hitting at every song. Just by the fourth listen, everything started hitting. Even the songs that I really wasn't into. You just got to get over the production. The production is a little left. I think, he was trying to do his best impression of Childish Gambino with a lot of these 808 weird beats. If y'all listen to Childish Gambino's last album, I forgot the name. It's 31820 or something like that. It's like a time code or something. It's just, the album cover is white, but if that's another good album, if y'all want to go listen to that. But it's very left in production as well. And so that a lot of these beats reminded me of that. But speaking of, comparing albums, um, I'm gonna go to what the streets was saying about this album, man. Some people were saying it was Kendrick's 444. Kendrick was already doing 444 before 444 was a thing. So I get, because he was talking about the Auntie Diaries, that song about my auntie is a man now. And then Jay-Z was talking about how his mom was in a in a lesbian relationship or whatnot. So I get the correlation. And then not only that, I was watching a video yesterday from Dead End Hip Hop. They're the reason that this channel started, by the way. So I definitely recommend their channel. They were doing their reaction, and I saw a comment, uh, and somebody said this is Kendrick's Big Day. If y'all not familiar with that reference, the Big Day refers to Chance the Rapper's last album. If y'all familiar with the album, it was uh, it was very positive, and it was basically a love letter to his wife about how he loved his wife and all this stuff like that. So it was funny, but not exactly the same thing Kendrick is talking about here. This is somewhat of an open letter to Whitney, somewhat his fiance, I guess you could say, and she's a good part of the album as well. But I wouldn't call this the Big Day. But I like Big Day. I don't know why people hate on Big Day. I like Big Day. It was some fun songs on there. But yeah. But other than that, let's see. Let's just start off before I get into the tracks. Just kind of this rollout, how we got to this. Hell, there wasn't really a big rollout. This was probably the cheapest marketing fund ever for an album. He put out some posts um on Instagram, and then well, that video was probably expensive. With all that deep fake technology and just getting the sample alone with the Marvin Gaye. But I mean, as far as marketing, there really wasn't much. But not everybody can do that. You've been going away 5 years, and you have that anticipation. So where has Kendrick been for 5 years? So he kind of is giving y'all the answer throughout this album, and therapy is a huge part of this album. Um, and he's very unapologetic about it. He's not like, I'm sorry, I've been gone for so long, guys. He's like, I'm going through stuff. I'm living for me. I'm not worried about the culture. Fuck the culture. So that was one of the huge themes on here. You also had stuff going on with this past trauma, transphobia, homophobia, things of that nature. But yeah, Auntie Diaries and Mother I Sober. Just wait till I get that, man. Your boy shed a thug tear on Mother I Sober. I got to talk about that track, and that's one of the tracks I didn't like at first. I thought it was very slow. Um, I can't remember the words right now, but very slow cadence, but it was a reason for that. Um, but anyway, so yeah, you're just very unapologetic in his message and just not caring about what people thinking about him. So, um, Kendrick is not your savior. But anyway, we talked about the concept. It's basically one huge therapy session, so to say. Good Kid, Mad City was like a movie, like a West Side movie, a West Coast movie. I mean, To Pimp a Butterfly was just like this beautiful poem strung throughout, a whole album, uh, with the background of jazz and everything like that. Um, Damn, you had the storytelling as far as him and how he got to where he was, through his father, with the Duckworth song. So he ended that off great, but Damn was more. I think out of all his albums, Damn was the most accessible ones. He definitely had some hits on there, but he still, was telling a story on that album as well, as far as his his memories with his mother in Fear, and his father Duckworth, how he met Top from TDE, things like that. um but and now we go to this therapy session, and he's peeling back the layers even more. Because I was just like, okay, I thought I knew everything about Kendrick. He grew up in the hood. He lost his cousin, things of that nature, and I. And then we find out even more about him, as far as his auntie is a man now, but and his cousin being um gay or whatnot. So yeah, there was definitely some deep stuff on this album, and yeah, we about to talk about it. But let's go into the sequencing of the album. I thought it flowed just right, starting from United in Grief. Uh but I will say that um Worldwide Steppers may have should have been first, because you got Kodak narrating the album throughout, and he introduces the title, The Steppers, which it's kind of it's backwards. I thought we were going to get the Morale side first, because of Morale and the Big Steppers, but we got the Steppers part first, and then in the second half we get the Morale side, and Baby Keem is doing the same thing in Savior. So I thought Savior should have started Mr.Morale, and um I was gonna say not Die Hard. God damn it. Worldwide Stepper should have started this album, but United Grief works as a great intro as well. So I didn't have a problem with it. That's just something small I would have changed. But other than that, how it starts from there, it goes real slow. We're getting the introduction into therapy. And then by the mid part of the album, you get the that comment, uh, you know, um session 10 breakthrough, somebody saying that in, I think it's the first track of the second album or whatever. And then he's starting to get into deeper into his at the root of the situation. So I like how it was sequenced, going from beginning to end. So it was cool. And then what we got on here, let's talk about features. On the features, we had some new people on here. Amanda Reefer, I like her on Die Hard, which I'll get to. What was the guy's name? I think it was Blaz. It was BLXST. These rappers, well, singers or whatever, spelling their names. Yeah, weird, but it's kind of like Six Lack and Black if y'all familiar with Black. But you had that, and then you had Taylor. I forgot her name. Taylor something on the song where they argue and stuff. Um, what was the name of that song? I need to know the name of this. We Cry Together. So I'm gonna get to that, and then of course the major feature on here that everybody's talking about, and it's kind of controversy with the album going on right now because a lot of people didn't like the Kodak feature, not because he's a mumble rapper or whatever, but because of that situation he had. And I'm just now finding out about this, about the underage girl that he allegedly assaulted. I'm trying not to say the R word, assaulted. And I think he pled to a lesser deal or something like that, a lesser charge. But so I don't know the full extent of what happened there, but it's like the whole R. Kelly situation. I do separate the artist from the work from the person, and I just it's kind of a double standard because okay, we just had him on Future's record, on Future's album. So why are we not going after Future? Is it because Kendrick is this conscious, this supposedly conscious rapper? You don't know Kendrick. Definitely after this album, I don't know Kendrick. With the lust addiction and all that stuff he was talking about, I was like, whoa. I was like, so sometimes when you meet your heroes, you will be very surprised on who you thought they was versus who they really are. So, but even though I kind of have an idea why he put him on this album, I joke and say because J. Cole had 21 Savage, so Kendrick said, you know what, let me get me a mumble rapper too. Even though 21 is that guy, man. You should have been 21 on here instead of Kodak Black, but maybe he's in an exclusive contract with J. Cole. He seems like he's featured on J. Cole's song all the time. But yeah, Kodak was on here, but I think Kendrick used him as a poster boy, so to say. I think he was making a statement with him, some type of statement. You was talking about cancel culture on here, all that stuff like that. So, yeah, I definitely think he used them as some type of prop on this album. He used them for a reason. It's not just I felt like doing a song with you, or I'm trying to put you on for the try to get the younger audience or something like that. So yeah, that's what I feel like with the whole Kodak factor. It really doesn't bother me. But I could have did without Kodak though. He could have found somebody else. I was like, oh, okay, Kodak is on here, great. Uh, so I think I talked about just overall of the album. So let's get into the specifics here. Let's go ahead and talk about the first track, United in Grief.